Alas, what questions do you
Good
want to
fine. You
ask
can.
us?
You can say.
I usually. Oh yeah. Are you champion hat? Are you cool with us recording?
Of course.
Go ahead.
Go on. Go
Yeah.
on. Go on.
Okay, cool.
We're so drunk that we don't give a fuck about this stuff. Like
No,
we.
no, no, no. I'm gonna hide myself with my champion hat. It's fine.
That's fine.
I'm sort of yeah. Well, go ahead. I'm
Go on.
curious.
Go on. Go on.
What
Oh,
Can you
sort?
send that? Can
How
you
many
send?
subscribers have you
Can we
got?
send? Can you send your thing YouTube
oh
channel,
yeah, yeah,
please?
yeah, yeah. This is my yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Building underscore bridges. Make sure to put the underscore, else you'll just get
Building
like videos of
bridges. Very
people
well.
actually building bridges. Yeah.
How many subscribers have you got before I check? I mean,
Not
that's
many.
so
Not many. It's a baby channel.
baby channel. So you're just starting your career on YouTube then, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been doing this for 8 months.
What made you want to start doing a channel like this then? What made you want to
Oh
start?
gosh. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a great question. So, like, this happened right after the George Floyd murder.
Okay, that's quite an interesting topic to talk about. Go ahead.
Yeah. So,
Your,
so I was like really interested in. I was thinking, okay, like when I look at myself in my social bubble, right, my echo chamber, I don't really have any. I don't really. I mean, I have some black friends, but I don't really have a diverse pool of people to talk to about issues and their experiences and stuff. And so I was thinking, well, why don't I just go on Omegle and record myself talking to people, have conversations, and then share that with other people so that they can learn from our conversations. You know what I mean?
okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. I mean, I can. We live in the UK. We have many black friends. What I can tell you is the entire George Floyd case has indeed been quite interesting in the UK, hasn't it?
It's been loud.
It's been quite loud, but I mean, I don't feel like. Well, okay, here it comes. I don't feel like UK. Obviously, we're both white, right? So perhaps I'm quite biased about the whole case, but I don't really feel like UK is a very racist country, and I have many black friends. Obviously, I respect them. You don't really sort of notice. You don't really care whether they're black or white. You just sort of respect them the same way in the UK, don't they? I mean, that's how I feel.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
that's
you guys must know black people, of course, right?
yeah.
I think there is some like it's like this sorry, I have something in my teeth. There's like this phenomenon where like, at school, if you go and you're like in a cafeteria and people are sitting together at different tables, like why do people who are black tend to sit with other people who are black and then white
Okay,
people don't
I can
feel
think
Not
that's
here.
as
in America,
Not
not in
UK.
the UK.
UK doesn't.
well.
Oh, we just sort of kind of sit all together.
I think that happens too sometimes here, but there are also
You're
phenomenon.
always American, not you?
Say that again.
You're obviously American, not you?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, yeah. But
Doesn't happen in the UK. We all sit together in the UK. That's what I've experienced in my school, and that's literally what.
I think we're both. I think we're both. All three of us are all somewhat biased in it too. Um, like it's easier for us to say that. Like it's easy for us to say yes. Like no, all people sit together. Like because that just kind of also um, makes it easier for us to kind of like
Well, no, I'm telling you
it
what
makes
I've
things easier
experienced.
for us. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you see.
That's what I've experienced. I mean, I can't tell you, what other people are thinking. That's what I've experienced. I don't know what the truth is, and I don't know what other people are thinking. That's what I've experienced, right? I don't really see what like we all treat every person's the same. We don't really whatever skin
Yeah,
color you are, we sort of treat each other all the same way, right? It's all fair and square. That's what.
that's that's what it comes down to. Is we are all human beings. You know, we're
Yeah,
all human
obviously.
beings, and you know,
Are you sure? No.
What so the guy with the champion hat. What are your thoughts of I don't
Me,
want to.
bro,
Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
going to for a smoke.
Cool.
He's going for a smoke. I mean, it's a very controversial topic you're touching on.
That's
Like,
what's interesting to me. So like, is it just that because I is it is it controversial because there is conflict
I
or
don't feel there is any conflict. I mean,
yeah, I see. I
I
feel like we're
don't know
both.
what you edit this video like. That's another thing when you're posting on YouTube, obviously. But I don't feel like you know, there's no, we don't treat any persons differently. It's like you might, yeah, thank you. This individual persons might be feeling differently, but actually, as I felt in school, I never felt like anyone's been treated differently. Like
Mm, mm.
I think we all had, we all been treated pretty badly. You
I
never notice.
yeah.
In the UK, you don't feel like you've been mistreated, and obviously, I'm not British either, right? I don't come from the UK. I never felt mistreated here.
Where are you from?
Actually, I'm from Eastern Europe.
Oh, cool. So like, what's your story? Why are you in the UK, and what country are you from originally?
Well, my parents came here, and it's why I'm here myself. And the thing is, I've never felt mistreated in school. And I feel like none of us were, to be honest.
Hmm.
There were never any racism towards me. There were never any sort of issues that I had to pull up with. And I just felt pretty, I felt quite welcome down here, and I still do. I like being here. I like being in the UK.
What could I ask
Pretty
you
open
like?
country.
Oh, say that again.
It's a pretty open country. I will give you that. Pretty positive about that.
It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty open compared to like the United States, who like never. I mean, we don't like.
Well, I don't know what the United States is. I've got nothing to compare it to because I've never been to any other different countries. I've never lived in a different country than the UK. I do pretty. I do enjoy myself here. It's pretty cool.
What country did you move from in Eastern Europe?
Well, I don't have to say, do I?
Oh,
Um,
well. I guess the reason I was asking is because I'm interested in what you think the difference is between the country where you lived and the UK, and what the
well,
cultural differences are between the two.
very well. I come from Poland, and the cultural differences are not. It's fairly different, but it's not. It's not dramatic. It doesn't sort of. It doesn't sort of. Poland's quite an open country as well, but I just never got a chance to live there. To be honest. England is the sort of the country that I've lived in. It's a country I'm going to probably stay in for a while.
Hmm. What is is this the
Well,
champion? Is this the champion that's over here?
well, I'll tell you what. It's a Well, actually, I'm going to run now. But
Oh,
it was a pretty interesting conversation I had with you.
I'm sorry that I'm sorry. Like I think you met me at a time where I was just like I wasn't as open with you as I have been with other people. And just to let you and your friend know, like I don't edit the videos. I just post them raw. So if you go and I'm gonna post the video as soon as we're done talking. I'm gonna post the video. It'll be up in about an hour or so, and you can see the entire video without any. I don't edit the videos at all.
Okay.
No. But thank you for stopping and for listening.
I'm not, I haven't said anything that I don't believe in, so I'm not ashamed of anything what I said. I've spoken the truth. And I do think it's important that you do these sort of videos. I do appreciate that you do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. Uh, I don't know what is it exactly that. I mean, you told me that you did something about the George Floyd case. I don't know exactly what it
Right,
is.
right, yeah. So I mean,
I mean, obviously, I've never lived in the US, right?
yeah.
So I don't know what people thought of the case. I know what it's
Well,
been like in the UK, more or
yeah.
less.
Well, so to give you an idea of what this project is really is, I'm interested in understanding and listening to people's stories from all over the world, and basically bringing people's stories and their perspectives to the channel in an unedited way, so that people can listen into other people's stories like yours, and learn from your perspective, and you can learn from another person from. I talk to a lot of people from India, people from India's perspective on these things, and it's not just about racism. It's about being with a person. It's about actually spending time with another person and in a non-judgmental way. And I want to apologize to you if you felt in any way judged, or because that's not my intention. My intention is to listen and to try to get to understand what where people are coming from.
Why?
That's
That is my question, though. Why?
because I think that if we listen to each other more, and if we're more proactively empathetic with other people, that we can achieve some kind of peace. And I mean, everyone is so polarized these days, right? Everyone is so polarized, like left or right. Are you racist? Are you not? Are you black? Are you white? Or it's all about labels. If we can transcend labels and judgment of people, then we can find some common ground and actually talk to people, find out solutions, and I'll be able to help
I'm sure.
I'll be also able to help monetize this. So I'll be able to make money, and also, bring a little peace and understanding to the world at the same time.
Very well, but I am curious why indeed have you brought up the George Floyd case? It's a
Yeah.
very touchy subject that you have
Well,
brought up.
yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. It's the thing that triggered me into starting this in the first place. For me to think, like, I have no idea how someone from India would view that experience or view that case. I have no idea how, like, what is racism like in the UK compared to the United States? What's, like, what I think my seventh interview, I interviewed this guy named Muhammad, who is a black guy from Sweden, and he said that he had never experienced any fear of being pulled over by the police in Sweden as a black man. And I was stunned by that, because it goes against everything that I have. I mean, I'm just this random white guy, in Florida. But like I had learned that every black person is afraid of the police. And in Sweden, they have a culture where there's so much. It's not a hate-filled culture. There's a lot of hate and fear in America, and that's something that I've learned from this YouTube channel, from talking not only to him but to a lot of other, minorities, from all over the place. And what I have learned is that, I mean, I'm rambling on now, but what I have learned, and that I think is really important, is corruption. There is corruption everywhere, and it manifests itself differently from all over the world in different cultures. And I think it's up to us to try to figure out where the roots of corruption lie in each of our societies, and working locally to help try to fix that. And yeah, so that's my kind of rambling and my kind of social justice positioning. While also, I want to be completely clear. Like, if I continue to do this, I can monetize this and make money from just doing this, which I would love. So
Okay, very well.
you know what I mean?
So, pretty interesting, yeah. It's quite interesting, making money on the. I mean, not that I'm judging, I'm absolutely not. Well, but making money sort of on the George Floyd case is a bit. Don't you think it's a bit selfish by any means? Do you not? Think it's a bit.
Well, that's an interesting. Well, the thing is that I am not doing this because of. I'm not doing this in the name of George Floyd by any means at all. Like, I think why the reason I started to get into it is I realized that I was in a situation where I wasn't doing anything to help.
Well, okay, but it's something that you have indeed brought up. By the time we, by the time we start speaking that, actually started speaking, that it is something that you brought up at the beginning of the conversation, right? So I'm just curious that
Yeah, it's
what are
something.
you trying to do to what is it that you got to do with the case that you have brought in the name of George Floyd up? How how does that help?
I so
Well,
yeah, I think that's a
obviously,
real.
what happened was very bad. I think we can, well, most of the people can probably agree with that, right? It was unfair, regardless of who he was and what he did. It was unfair what happened to him, but is it fair to sort of talk about him right now? Is it fair that we have this conversation about him?
Well, I think talking about racism is important.
I mean, of course, talking about racism is very important. It's something that we should prevent, right? It's something that we should get rid of at all because racism is not good for us, right? It's something that it's it doesn't it's not good in our society, right? That's not something that we want. But you brought it up in this way at the beginning of the conversation that it actually brought me to thinking that you want to do something about this and specifically about the George Floyd case. But now actually I can see that you did kind of tell me that you want to make money on it, and I've got it recorded as well.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah. Well, this is all. Well, I think that's a really important point to bring up, and I
that
think
kind of money on the case of George Floyd, it's not very, it's it's very controversial what you told me, and I do indeed have it recorded as well. I am recording all these conversations, whether I'm going to land on YouTube or not. You did tell me you want to make money on this case. That's a very big, it's a massive thing to say that you want to make money on George Floyd case.
well, I think you're conflating a lot of different things here. I think what what you're misunderstanding is that I'm not saying that I'm making money off of the George Floyd case. I'm saying that
Well, I
what.
understood that's what you said you want to do,
Well,
right?
here, well, this is the thing about these conversations is that I feel like right now you are putting words in my mouth instead of just letting me
No, no,
explain
absolutely not.
my spot.
No, absolutely not. That's not something I would do.
Well,
But
here, I just I could would I can I explain myself, and that maybe that way will help kind of clarify things, and then maybe we can move forward in a conversation of like how we think that we can kind of work through solving racism in our
of course,
society and in ourselves.
go ahead.
Yeah. So my what happened is that the George Floyd incident happened. And I felt awful, of course, and then I looked at myself and I thought, what am I doing to help solve anything with racism? What am I doing? You know? And so I arrived at the conclusion that I was not doing anything. And I felt very guilty. And so I was thinking, what can I do to help bring kind of different perspectives to the table to learn about racism, to not only learn about my own racism but also societal racism. And so the George Floyd incident was a trigger for me to start the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Right. So that, but along with a lot of other kind of intersectional things within myself. So like I really love sitting down and listening to people. I really enjoy learning about people.
What do you propose we should do to stop world racism?
Well, I think it starts at home. I think it starts with us. I think what it comes down to is accepting that we are. I'm sorry.
I said I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
It all comes down to us.
I think it comes down to being the change that we want to see the world, being the change that we want the world to be. So I think in itself, I believe that going outside of our comfort zone, just like you're doing and like I'm doing, meeting people outside of our echo chamber and sitting down and talking and kind of hashing this out, like, right, there is kind of conflict in the discussion that we're having, but we're finding some kind of a middle ground here where we're trying to understand each other, and I think that
don't think there's a conflict with what we're talking. I think we're trying to achieve the same sort of. We want to get rid of all racism, right? But we are indeed taking into account a very sort of hard, topic to take care of, right? I don't think the two of us could probably handle it. Don't get me wrong, but it is genuinely.
Well, we can't handle world racism, but we can handle the biases that are in ourselves, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I'm a racist person,
See, I think I'm very racist. I think I'm very racist.
Why, what makes you think you're a racist person?
I think because I think society. So we're like born into a world that already has so many different things that are going on. Like
okay,
so many.
Do you feel like what makes you feel like you're a racist person? Do you hate black people? I certainly don't. It's like I don't feel any different about black people than I do about white people.
I think that gets at a really important. I think that gets at a very important thing, and that I think that racism, the racism that I believe that I inhabit, is a blindness to other people's way of being in the world. So like and thinking that if I see a situation that a person, that a minority, like a black person or a woman or a gay person or trans person, that I have an idea of what their experience is and assume that I'm right, instead of just being like, like I do that a lot. I assume that I'm right about a lot of things, about how another person experiences the world, and to me, that isn't ideal. And by doing this, by having this conversation, I'm becoming more aware of it, and it's like it's being reinforced more in my body. You know what I mean?
You haven't really answered my question, though, have you?
In what way am I racist?
You haven't answered. In what way do you think you're racist? Do you not like black people? Are you?
No, it's not that. No, it's not that. I don't think that that's what racism is. I think what racism is I'm subjected to a certain way that society is structured. That is.
But what is that way? That's what I'm curious of. What is the way that you think you're subjected to?
I think I'm subjected to a cultural paradigm that oppresses and represses black rights, women's rights, trans rights, gay rights, and just people from being themselves. What we're subjected to, I believe, is a culture that represses us from being who we want to be.
Very well. So what is it that you think you should do to stop that? What is it that you think that you can do? Actually,
Well, I think so.
You're typing.
Yeah, these are books that I recommend that I think kind of get exactly at this.
I should take a look at that, most certainly.
And then Audre Lorde. I mean, these people, the masters tools will not dismantle the master's house. These are all texts that kind of get at the idea of we need to stop judging We need to stop judging and labeling things. We need to, so instead of saying like, oh, I am fat, or I'm untalented, or I'm short, instead thinking, I mean, those are judgments that get us down, further
Well,
that further get us into identifying through labels, and instead of just living in fact, instead of saying, like, I weigh 180 pounds, I'm 5'9", and
right,
I'm
how
a
much
human
is
being. You know what I mean?
currency? Because 180 pounds tells me pretty much nothing. I am from Europe, so I do kilograms actually. Well, nevertheless, that's not the point. You have a lot of pictures of Jim Carrey behind you,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
And the yin yang symbol as well. What does the yin yang symbol mean to you? Because I know exactly what it means to cultures. I know exactly what it means to different people. What does it mean to you? Because it's not a very positive symbol, to be honest with you. Not
Yeah.
in my, not at least.
Well, what is so I'll answer, and then I've been rambling on, but I would love to hear your thoughts too. So that symbol to me shows that in darkness there is light, and in light there is darkness. That there's nothing that is completely pure.
So that's what it means to you,
Hmm.
yin yang symbol.
Hmm.
But actually what it means to you, to me, is a healthy balance between good and bad, right? And that pretty much is all it means to me. I'm not a man of God, right? But surely that's not positive. A mixture between a good and bad. It should be all good, pretty much. That's what I believe in. So yin yang symbol is not very good. I do not fancy a mixture between good and bad because nothing good can potentially come out of this, right?
Well, let me ask you a little about, if you're willing to talk a little bit.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What? So, like, for you, like, what are some things that you believe in, and what are some things that you?
I don't believe in God. I believe in being good. I believe in treating everyone fairly, right? And I believe in people, everyone being equal. That's what I believe in.
Yeah. Is there if there was, do you have like a memory or a story about your life that you think makes you quintessentially who you are today?
Um, Even if I have, I don't think I do, but even if I'll certainly not talk about it.
That's okay.
So
That's
certainly wouldn't say it. But that's genuinely what I believe about the symbol that is right behind your neck, right behind your head.
uh
And that is something that I can share about. And Jim Carrey is quite a funny character as well.
Dude, I love him, man. Yeah, I'm an actor, so that, yeah, and he's a big role model of mine.
Yeah, I can imagine why. He's a pretty great actor. You know, I can sort of agree with that.
Yeah. What are there any things that you I mean, like, this yeah, this channel and conversation is a lot about just kind of like lessons that we've learned, and experiences that we've had and stuff. And for you, like, what is an experience that you would want to share, or like maybe a lesson that you've learned in your life that has helped you kind of cope or deal with things that.
I don't know a lesson. I mean, I grew up in the UK. I've certainly grown up well. We had black people around, white people around, anyone. And what I'd really want to see is, people not being mistreated for whatever race they come from. Yeah, down here we're all equal, and that's exactly what I want to see. All around the world. I don't want to see people being mistreated for wherever they come from.
Yeah.
We're all the same down here.
Yeah,
And that's what I believe in.
I think we all agree on that. I guess
Yeah.
yeah. I
I
guess
hope so.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Like, you, at least from my perspective, you are coming off as someone who cares about equality.
I really do. You know,
Yeah.
I do everyone being equal. You know, like it's been a lovely conversation. However, I do have to, I do have to go.
Yeah,
It's five
it's
o'clock.
yeah, it's 6:30 in the morning there, I think, or
It
something.
is indeed, yeah. So thank you very much for this conversation,
Yeah, dude.
and I really hope you do get a chance to make a difference in the world. I really hope you get a chance to make people, whatever way you do it. I really hope you can make people like lives better. I really hope you do, and I wish you all the best in this.
Thank you,
I
dude.
really do.
I
Uh,
appreciate I appreciate your honesty and your
yeah.
directness. It's
So
rare. It's rare, but it's helpful.
if you can kill racism in the world, right? I really hope you succeed. I really hope you do.
I mean that's obviously not going to happen. But I
It
appreciate
doesn't
the.
happen, but crazy ideas. It happens, right? If you think you can do it, you definitely will do it. That's something that I believe in, and I really wish you all the best in that.
Thank you, man.
Give it a try. You know, people do succeed in crazy ideas. It's obviously hard, but it's not undoable. There's not a thing that's impossible.
Hmm.
If you think you can do it, you can really do it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You're a good dude.
I really, I hope I am. I don't know. It's a. I don't know. I just want to see everyone equal. That's what I want to believe in. Nevertheless, I wish you all the best, and I hope I'll hear about you, big time one day. And I can say I've spoken to this guy on Omegle.
I'm just a weird dude on Omegle, dude.
Yeah,
Just a
but
weird Omegle guy.
you are, but you seem like you want to do, like you want to make a difference. And I really hope you succeed. In this. I really wish you that. If you really want to do what you tell me you want to do, I hope you succeed in that. Yeah,
Thank you, man. I
yeah.
appreciate that.
Take care, bro. Yeah, it's nice talking to you. Yeah,
All right, dude. Yeah, you take care. I'll post this video just to let you know too. It'll be on building bridges, so you'll be building underscore bridges, so you'll be able to check it out. Okay.
yeah. Very well, bro.
All
Take
right.
care. Yeah,
All right. See you later, champion man. See you
yeah.
later, dude. Nice talking to you.
Take care.